Hey guys, today I've got a video that I would rather watch than make. Can we beat Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep without any attack commands? Oh my god, this is hell. I really wish I streamed this because this is a combination of rage inducing and absolute boredom. Something that no one should do. Or at least people that aren't good at games like me. So by attack commands I mean this area. We can't use anything here. However, all the abilities such as jump, cartwheel, but especially barrier and counterblast will be used in this playthrough. So the first rule is that no attack commands can be used. Because of this, there will be no abilities that we can get like second chance or once more or even HP boost, since we can't meld anything, which further increases the difficulty. Not that it matters. Because of this, and to keep me from jumping into oncoming traffic, I chose to play on beginner and not make this a level 1 critical playthrough. I'm masochistic, but not that masochistic. The next rule is that using shotlucks and D-links are allowed. I wasn't sure if I wanted to allow the use of the commands in D-links, as that sort of breaks the spirit of the run. But what I can do with D-links is just use it to refill Aqua's health and then revert to normal. And that's it. They're only used to refill health. And yes, I'm playing as Aqua. I like Terra and Ven, but I also like my sanity and we need the invincibility frames from Cartwheel. And lastly, I must beat the game. I don't have to 100% it or clear the final or secret episodes as Aqua. I just need to beat Ventus, Vanitas, and see the credits. Please guys, give this video a like so it does something for YouTube's algorithm and shows me that you all like these challenge videos. And if you subscribe too, that'll mean that all my rage and grinding due to this game was worth it. And without further ado, let's get into it. So when we start off in Land of Departure, you get to fight alongside Terra and Ven. I can't turn off the commands yet, so I'll take it off when we go into the next world, but just know I didn't use any. Aqua's first world is Castle of Dreams, and luckily for us, Scan is already attached to Quick Blitz and fully leveled up when Aqua can access the pause menu. So for the rest of the game, we can see enemies' health. That made the run a lot easier, not that I have to explain why having a visible health bar is a good thing. So now we have the ability to disable the attack commands, and I hope that you guys are ready for a long trip. This is a level where we just run in a straight line, like all games nowadays, but especially this game. For the type of run we're doing, level up, and when you think you have leveled up enough, level up some more. The first few levels will be brutal if you don't. I would also suggest that you get very good at using the barrier and using a reprisal, which we will get later into the game, since that's going to be a staple for us. Also make sure to level up. Don't think I mentioned that yet. So our first roadblock will be the evil pumpkin carriage boss. And here's the trick that we will be using for the entire run. We are going to abuse shotlucks when we can. It only takes 1 to 3 combos to get back enough meter to do 1 full shotluck attack, and we can do about 3 shotluck attacks before the meter is completely drained. So whenever we are attacking, make sure that you attack not to damage the boss, but rather so that the attack is refilling the shotluck meter. As later on in the game, the shotluck is the safer, easier, and faster way to damage enemies. And after a bit of blood, sweat, and tears, the boss will go down. Dwarf Woodlands is pretty much the same advice as Castle of Dreams. It's one straight line to the end, and we unfortunately have to level up throughout it, so we aren't destroyed by the Magic Mirror boss. We do get the Payback Surge ability here, which will be useful to us until we get our Shield Reprisal, and we can equip the Stroke of Night Keyblade we got from Cinderella's world. This new Keyblade has the same stats as Aqua's base Keyblade, but it says it lands critical hits faster. I'm not too sure if that's true, but just in case I decided to switch it. When you decide to engage the Magic Mirror boss, you'll be doing chip damage at the start, but just remember that you can use the D-Link once to heal and abuse the shotluck and attack combo to refill the shotluck, and the Magic Mirror will go down in a few minutes. In Enchanted Dominion, Dragon Maleficent could have been one of the hardest bosses in the game, as there are no good spots to grind yet. But I'm not complaining. We also don't have heal. All you have to do is go behind her hind legs and attack. She'll take damage and you'll be safe. Screw Prince Philip. He'll survive. He has plot armor. And what the heck is he doing here? I'm sure that's helping, dude. When Maleficent starts flying, you know that you're done with this boss fight, as Philip will throw you upwards to strike her for free damage, and then you'll beat her. Radiant Garden is a place that we will spend a good amount of our time, grind a lot here, before the Transformers fight and before the Vanitas fight. Trust me, it's needed. When I was fighting with Mickey, it is at this point that I realized that we can't use D-Links when we are fighting with our allies, so our one free heal is gone. Luckily, Mickey came in clutch and saved Aqua while she was running away like a little girl. We also don't get Counterblast for our shield until we beat the Transformers boss, so guarding and hoping for the best will not work for that boss. Luckily, Shotlocks work, and when you destroy one of its limbs it gives us health orbs. Just don't let Terra or Ven get the health. They can die. Aqua must survive. Girl power. I was also not aware that the 3 Transformer parts could do the laser attack, so that's something. After a few tries, I finally got the boss to die. Now for Vanitas. Honestly, I was hyping him up in my head way too much, given my past experiences with him. He has a pattern when he attacks, so once you learn the pattern, you get a good amount of damage in. Or not, just get in a few hits to refill Shotlocks and then spam Shotlocks. Disney Town will be a very relaxing level for us. All we have to do is beat the fruit ball game. The secret I use is to just stand there. Somehow this works. There's one major reward that we get for finishing Disney Town, and that will save us in the playthrough. This is game changing, guys. I lied at the start of the video. We don't have access to most abilities, since we can't meld commands, since we can't level them up. But there's one command that you don't have to level up. Isuna, Eshana, or maybe Esuna, however you say it, we can buy it from the command shop and meld that with the barrier command as soon as we finish the 5th world, which will be Disney Town. That is the one caveat to getting Esuna, Ishuna, whatever. We can only start buying it at the command shop after we clear the 5th world, so we will be more than halfway through the game before we can remove one nail from our bed of nails. And you should not have to worry about money either. Literally just sell all attack, magic, and item commands in your inventory since we aren't using any of them. I don't know why I waited so long before I did it. The reason this strategy works is due to the fact that when you buy Esuna, you don't need to put it in the command deck to level it up, so it fits in with our rules. You can meld Esuna directly with a level 1 barrier, and it'll work to give you the new command, Renewal Barrier. So that'll help with curing us during a fight. This will be insanely useful since we don't have many ways in a fight to cure ourselves. We also get 2 incredible abilities when creating Renewal Barrier. Second Chance and Defender, if we have the crystals, so we won't die as easily. I chose Second Chance first, as I would rather get the ability before Defender. Feeling great now that we have Renewal Barrier, I decided to go to Olympus, and after fighting these enemies with Hercules outside for about 20 minutes just doing chip damage to countless waves of Unversed, I was crazy enough to enter the Colosseum tournament. I tried, guys, but with the chip damage that I'm doing and the timer constraint, that tournament makes it nearly impossible, if not impossible, to finish the level, so I decided to forget about Olympus for now and go into deep space to level up. And finish that level since we could spend hours in that level and not be worried about the timer. Even the mighty power of being cheap and spamming Shotlocks is not enough for the tournament. In deep space, and I swear to you that this is the first fight, I was also doing chip damage for most of my time here, but I was making slow progress throughout the level and I did level up near the end. The enemies don't give significantly more experience than in Olympus, but it's still more, and we are slowly progressing the game. This part here took about 15 minutes as Aqua does so little damage to the enemies. I swear to you guys that I am so underleveled at this part of the game. After more than a decade, I still don't know how to control this spinning attack, but with enough patience and perseverance we can make it through. So now we have to face Gantu. Do kids nowadays even know who Gantu is? And he's from Lilo and Stitch? I feel so old. Anyways, Gantu was actually not that hard to beat. Because Stitch is here, we can't use any D-Links to heal ourselves, but Stitch makes up for that by giving us a pseudo reaction command, where we throw him as a ball to blind Gantu. and it's not like we need to heal since we have Renewal Barrier now. With a combination of that, strategic hits to refill shotlocks, and spamming shotlocks, Gantz will be defeated in no time. And now that we have completed Deep Space, we get the Stitch Keyblade. We will now have gone up a few levels, and hopefully, we are ready to complete the tournament in the Colosseum. Yeah, we definitely are. The tournament is easier than ever now. It was a lot easier than I initially thought it was going to be. We aren't doing any chip damage, and the timer is more of a suggestion of the maximum fight time than a restraint now. Time for the boss fights. Zack takes so long to charge his attacks that we can beat him by just poking him, running around and repeating. His moves are similar to Vanitas, thinking about it, as they're both like these air-to-ground attacks. Our semi-real boss fight is with Hades and the Ice Colossus. As the fight starts, Hades backs off, and we just have to fight the Ice Colossus alone while Hades mentally prepares himself for the fight he's about to lose to a girl. Also, does it seem weird to anyone that Aqua says farewell at the end of her combo? But the boss is still there? That just seems awkward. Having completed Deep Space, we are probably over leveled for this boss, which you can see takes a lot of damage from our shotlocks. When I was finished with the Ice Colossus, I even managed to loop Hades. This worked all the way from when he was at full health to when he died. As always, when we get to Neverland, we get a massive reality check. We are back to doing chip damage again. Like damn, we are doing so little damage. This monkey's able to withstand 2 shotlock attacks and a ton of combos. Also, I just realized that the monkey has a banana on his head. I never knew that. Did you guys know that? Perhaps I'm just oblivious since I'm always spamming Thunder Surge and looking to see what I can hit with the Surge again. While I was leveling up, my Renewal Barrier leveled up, so I decided to get another ability with the Renewal Barrier command loophole we found, and this time, the ability was Defender, and I was spending so much time in Neverland just leveling up that I ended up getting Renewal Barrier to the max level. So I decided to meld another Renewal Barrier, and this was a mistake. I made the grave mistake of equipping Renewal Barrier with Combo Plus, as I forgot this game doesn't care about combos. So now our roadblock is Vanitas. Having Combo Pluses for bosses is not something we should have equipped, as bosses just get out of combos and attack us. Only keep the Combo Pluses for regular enemies. I realized this after my first death to Vanitas, and it appears that we are back to doing near chip damage, but I was a bit tired of grinding, so I decided to tough it out and just keep trying. Vanitas would be a lot harder if we didn't have Renewal Block. When he sends his Kai Blasts at Aqua, just use the barrier and that'll recover a good amount of your health. Then use the tried and true technique of hitting Vanitas enough to recharge your shotlock command and then spamming it. After about 5 minutes I was able to beat Vanitas and finally travel to the final world. And after beating Neverland, we get 2 new Keyblades, but the Mark of the Hero Keyblade will last us until we beat the game, as this has the highest attack of all the Keyblades that we get through beating the story. Stormfall has a better magic stat with the same attack stat, but we don't have any magic commands and the Olympus Keyblade says it lands critical hits easier. I don't know if that's true, but I decided to keep it for that reason. Okay guys, we are going to spend a lot of time in the Keyblade graveyard. As is the norm, you're going to start off doing only chip damage. After about an hour or 2, you'll see a big change. You won't be doing chip damage with each combo, instead you'll be doing chip damage with each Keyblade swing. I'm not sure how high a level I should have been, so I leveled up a bit whilst watching my own YouTube videos, because I'm so cool like that. So I made it past the tornadoes and I decided to see if I could do the final boss fights. So at about 3 hours with no commands, is it possible to beat Braig? And remember to not even have a combo plus ability, as that will cause you to have nightmares. Seriously, 3 combos might be too much. We need a negative combo in this game. So could I beat Braig though? I couldn't get the first part of his health bar down. After about an additional 2 hours I spent leveling up, I still couldn't beat Braig. I was still doing chip damage like I had not even been grinding. I really wish I was recording myself as I started laughing, because I knew this was impossible to do. Well, for me anyways. Second Chance didn't even save me here, because even that ability knows that there is no point to saving Aqua. The game even gave me a healed strike because it knows that I won't win. And this is where I went a bit overboard. Super overboard actually. I know that I could beat Braig in maybe 5 hours of retrying if I put in the time and learned his movesets. And probably I could beat Ventus Vanitas in another 5 hours if I put in the time. However, why would I put myself through learning the intricacies and strategies of a game to get a greater sense of accomplishment from learning how to play when I can watch all of Literal Charlie videos 100 times over? So what I did, I grinded in the tornadoes for about 10 hours while I was watching my own videos, as I don't like a challenge. I even went to the Mirage Arena and did all the challenges for a change of scenery and grinding. For beating some of the challenges in the Mirage Arena, you get HP boosts, and at that time I thought each nugget of health was worth it. I'm 100% sure the HP boosts are not worth it, but I'd rather be overleveled than underleveled. And after all of that grinding, was it worth it? Can we beat Braig? This man was a joke, guys. Just keep swinging the Keyblade and he'll go down with no skill or strategies required. Like, dang. I did not have to even have to use D-Links for Braig. This is what I hate and I love about RPGs, is that if you have the time, you don't have to be good at the game. But now, can our overleveled Aqua stand a chance against Ventus Vanitas? Yes, this fight is also a joke. I'm so glad that we grinded. We can't use D-Links since Mickey is here, but it really doesn't matter. After about a minute of mindless button mashing, we finally beat Ventus Vanitas. And there you have it, guys. It is possible to beat this game without using any attack commands. I've been doing this challenge on and off for weeks, and I didn't think it was possible at first, but the grinding for Braig and Vanitas really was the majority of the time I spent with this challenge. And no, it was not worth grinding the additional 8 hours, or even going into the Mirage Arena for the HP boost. I promise you that your patience will be tested when you're stuck doing chip damage for some worlds. You will gain a deep appreciation for Thunder Surge in this game and the balloon commands in Birth by Sleep and DDD respectively. I'm thinking of doing this type of challenge for DDD, but my knowledge of Dream Drop Distance is not as good as Birth by Sleep, so that video will take a while for me to make. Anyways, look forward to that sometime before 2030. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.
See you soon.